Hey guys, this is Lee with Hooked on Bass, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite baits to use, but more importantly, Kevin Van Dam's favorite bait to use, the jerkbait. All right, this is something you can have on your boat all year long, summer, winter, fall, spring, all year long. This one right here is Kevin Van Dam's right here. All right, he loves that thing. That's the one that he designed. So let's talk about your setup. I'm going to use 100% fluorocarbon for mine. Remember, the goal is to get this bait down, so you want to have 100% fluorocarbon spooled up. And with your rod, you want to have a medium action rod. You want to have a little bit of you want to have a fast action tip. And I'm not going anything less than 7 foot. I actually prefer 7 foot too. And I want a high speed reel also, so I can get a lot of line back. And it's going to be a 7-2-1 for me. That's what I like personally. So 7-2 rod, medium action, fast action tip, and then the 7-2-1 gear ratio fluorocarbon is spooled up on that. All right. As far as choices, in the winter, I feel like the bait gets a little bit smaller, so I downsize a little bit, but it's a little bit deeper. So in the winter time, I'm going to use something like this right here, the Rapala. All right. Notice it's a little bit smaller profile, but it does have a little bit larger tongue, and that thing is absolutely money. As far as in the summertime, let's say you're throwing top water dies down, and you're fishing, for me, like I fish Lake Lanier, so you're in the summertime, you're fishing brush piles. So top water dies down, or they're just not committing all the way to it. I'll take a jerk bait, a large profile, and you can do something like this right here with a small tongue. It goes like 3 to 5 foot. And sometimes, guys, they just want that bait to be subsurface underneath the water. All right. So I'm going to use something with a small tongue, but a large profile, and right above those brush piles, and I'm going to get bit on that. That is some summertime action. In the spring, keep a safe distance away from the bank. For like pre-spawn, you want to fish like secondary points. In the spring, you can fish the bank, and you can even catch bedding bass on this. And I'll use something a little bit louder in the spring. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the sexy shad color, with the white, and I love that for bedding bass also. If you can't get them to bite your presentation, like a grub or something like that, white, no matter what, is absolutely killer for bedding bass. But I'll throw that jerk bait in there and get them to react with that. And with the 3 treble hooks, you're going to get a lot of bites on that also. One thing I also like to do, just side note, is improvise. When I pull my jerk baits out, a lot of times on the ones that I use a lot, I'm going to put the triple grip hooks on them, and these things are awesome. I'll add a link below where you can get these, but these triple grips just keep your fish pinned up a little bit better. So in the fall, I'll still use a larger profile. You know, you can use something like this. This gets down a little bit. It's a larger profile, a little bit fatter. Remember, they're gorging on bait in the fall. All right, so you can go with a larger profile. One thing you got to remember is you got to find out where the fish are holding. So if they're suspended in 10 foot of water, then I need to have a deeper diving jerk bait. If they're a little bit higher, then you can use something a little bit higher that that doesn't go down quite as deep. So in the wintertime, the bait, I think did we talk about winter? The wintertime, the bait's a little bit smaller, all right? But you might want to go down a little bit deeper. So that's the deal right there, all right? And we talked about summer, we talked about spring, we talked about fall. Now let's talk about the time of day and the cloud cover. So if I have a lot of cloud cover and, it's cloudy, overcast, I like to do something with white. All right, they just pick up and they can track this a little bit better. Jerk baits are something you're going to use mainly in clearer water. So if it's sunny out, the translucent colors will do really, really well. Okay, or you can go with chrome. Chrome can be really, really good. All right. If I'm in Michigan, though, this is a little pro tip right here. If you're in Michigan, don't be afraid, guys, to go with something pink. Okay, they like pink for some reason, and they like chartreuse, those really loud colors for smallmouth. So don't be afraid to throw something like that. Also, if the bait is really, really small, this feathered tail right here is absolutely money. For some reason, that little feathered tail, and it mimics the bait, and they'll come and they'll bite this thing from the back. If they're real finicky, this might be a go-to for you guys. Or you can add the hook on to one of your bigger jerk baits, okay? Remember, with the knot, I'm just going to tie a simple Palomar knot with this. It's a strong knot. You're not going to lose a lot of fish on that. I typically don't have my line break. And if you catch a fish after fish after fish after fish, you got to retie. The mouth is going to mess the line up, so you got to cut, you got to retie, and then you won't have that heartbreak, you know, as you're fishing. As far as the cadence with your jerk baits, it's a twitch, twitch, pause, all right? Or twitch, 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 pause. In the wintertime and in the colder months, you're going to pause a little bit longer. When the fish are real aggressive, you can, you know, pause less. Like in the summer and springtime, you can be real aggressive with it. Fall, you might slow down just a little bit. Winter, you're going to have to slow down a lot more, okay? So your pause may be 5 seconds, 6 seconds, all right? And then in spring, it may be only 2 seconds. You're going to twitch the rod with a little bit of slack in your line. And that's going to get that bait going, darting, back and forth, all right? Most of the time, you're going to get your bites on the pause. Now, here's one thing. Have you guys ever caught a fish, all right, and you saw 4 or 5 fish following it? Here's what happens a lot of time. Guys are fishing, and they boom, boom, and then they miss one, and they're like, oh, and they reel it all the way back in. Don't do that, all right? If you miss a fish, or even if you had it on for like, 10, 20 seconds, as soon as that fish comes unbuttoned, just go right back to fishing. Twitch, 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 pause, twitch, twitch, pause, because there is probably 4 or 5 other bass around, and you're going to hook up right away again. So don't give up. Keep twitching. Keep pausing it. As soon as you lose the fish, or if you get a bite, don't reel it in. They're right there. I promise you. 50% of the time, I bet you will hook up again if you guys, keep up with that. All right. So if you have any other questions about jerk baits, feel free to leave us a note down below on the YouTube channel. We also have a blog that I'm going to do, and that will be down below, and that is on hookedonbassett.com. And then you don't want to miss us on Instagram. We have a cool page there that's growing really fast. And then check us out on Facebook also. If you have any questions, let us know, and I hope this video helps you catch more fish.